Good morning, friends, colleagues, juniors, and seniors. How are you today? I hope all of you are fine. I hope and pray everyone is okay. As far as I'm concerned, I'm here and I'm back. I'm here to deliver another topic, which is to me of significance. The topic is managerial tolerance towards culture. I repeat, topic of the episode is managerial tolerance towards culture. You might ask me why. This pragmatic approach through tolerance, where I would like to explore how managers can harness the cumulative enterprise culture for superior performance. My only concern here is with superior performance of the enterprise, for which there needs to be an inspiring culture. At the same time, we also need to look at the tolerance level of the managers. So let's begin and see what happens. And also you can think about the concept. Managers need to harness the cumulative culture to ensure superior performance. Performance matters most. And in order to perform, of the many elements, tolerance towards culture can be of practical significance. I would like to make a clarification. Tolerance that I'm referring to is not acceptance nor sacrificing, but an accommodating mindset. Again, I repeat, I would like to make this clarification. Tolerance that I'm referring to is not about acceptance nor sacrifice, but an accommodating mindset. I see tolerance as a concept and tool to be placed at the very forefront and is a fundamental issue assumed as common sense and rarely acknowledged as a topic of discussion. People think it's common sense and rarely discusses the significance of tolerance. Tolerance is rarely discussed and seems to occupy very less importance. May and only may be the enormous good points of culture remain untapped, unexplored, and unexploited due to less tolerance and arrogance. May be the enormous good points of culture remain untapped, unexploited, unexplored due to the less tolerance and arrogance. The current episode is aimed to the focus discuss on the perception of employees, employers, and stakeholders on culture, leading to better performance through increasing the tolerance level. This is not to suggest that enterprises display intolerance. No, but to increase our understanding of tolerance is what I want to capture. It is not about intolerance, it's about increasing our understanding of the world of culture. That's what I want to capture. Quick question. Is there any discussion or policy statements related to tolerance that is well understood by the members of the enterprise? The focus point is on tolerance. Now, what is tolerance? Tolerance is the capability and willingness to adjust and accommodate and maybe to compromise to a situation within a given context that leads to a compatible and desirable response. I repeat, tolerance is the capability and willingness to adjust and accommodate and maybe to compromise to a situation within a given context that leads to a compatible and desirable response for all the concerned. This is about win-win. I would like all to win, not only myself, I would like others to win. This is where I'm coming from. A win-win situation. Tolerance can be divided into two parts: high tolerance and low tolerance. Low tolerance is used to mean that the level of compromise which allows flexibility seems to be low. Low tolerance is used to mean that the level of compromise which allows flexibility seems to be low, and that may at times invite bitterness, confrontation, adversarial situations, complexity, and so many things we see because of the because of the low level tolerance. We see it in politics, society, employment, and every sphere of human activity because the tolerance level is low. Low level of tolerance means being less flexible to accommodate change and make compromises. Some compromises may be tactical and some may be non tactical. But low tolerance is about not being able to compromise. That means I won't compromise with you. What I say, that's right. That's what I mean by low tolerance. High level of tolerance, on the other hand, signifies a high level of adjustability to the changing circumstances. Here, a person with high level of tolerance is ready to make compromise, more ready to be adjustable and understanding of others. More flexible is the key issue. High tolerance is about being more flexible. That's the issue. So, tolerance can be divided in two parts: low and high. The worrying bit is when the tolerance level is low. Generally, tolerance can be observed at three levels: social level, national and at the international level, and employment level. So there are three areas where tolerance matters most. It matters most in social areas, national and international areas, and employment. But my main concern here is with employment, not with the social nor with international or national affairs. Please remember, each person within the enterprise has his or her own life experience of knowledge, and it is tolerance to this knowledge which is the point of this point of understanding. Each person comes to workplace with an experience of knowledge, and we must understand the knowledge. We see as SHRM specialists, we as SHRM specialists must create the environment where the tacit knowledge within the employee can be harnessed for the greater interest of the enterprise through demonstrating high level of tolerance. We must create that environment. It's us. Sorry about that. Sorry about that. The landscape of managerial tolerance. The core five areas of managerial tolerance: strategy, organizational structure, organizational development, employee engagement, information, and service delivery. Tolerance is about respect. I repeat, tolerance is about respect. At three, at the five levels: strategic level, organizational structure, organizational development, employee engagement, information and service delivery, where I have to demonstrate in all these five areas, I have to demonstrate tolerance. And to me, tolerance is about respect. Strategy comprises of people at the apex of the enterprise and make decisions and must apply tolerance and demonstrate tolerance to one another's opinion. It must be acknowledged that all coming to that level of the enterprise must have something special in terms of knowledge, wisdom, experience. Everyone has something to say and to be listened. To maximize the concept of tolerance, one type of enterprise structure which comes to my mind is rotational enterprise structure, where the role holder have the opportunity to move into areas of the other areas of the enterprise in a planned manner, and lastly comes back to his or her original position. Here I'm talking about this as I'm referring this as a role rotational enterprise structure, where people actually move to other areas but come back to the original area in a very structured and systematic manner to understand what people are doing in the other departments. At times, this may help if you can refer this as if you can refer this as Plan B. It may help at times. I'll be talking about contingency planning later on, but for the time being, rotational rotational enterprise structure may help the cause of increasing our tolerance. This is just an example of how structure can harness collective culture and increase level of tolerance. When it comes to employee development, tolerance can be made a topic of discussion in itself. Employee engagement is about nurturing a culture where employers and employees go that extra mile to accomplish something. This is the relationship based on not only high trust but high respect of mutuality and ensures that high level of tolerance. Free flow of information, which is allowed to flow and move. With free flow of information, knowledge is rotated and doors are open to new knowledge, subject to a state of employee engagement. A model, a model of tolerance related culture and knowledge. I see planned dissemination of culture and knowledge from top level and vice versa. The model which I am referring to is divided into four parts: board level, top level, middle level, and employees. I repeat, tolerance must be inserted at the board level, top management level, middle management, and employees. There's no point only talking about employees. Here, about tolerance, we're talking about at the board level. People will have to respect each other. There must be tolerance for each other. And the top management will have to do that. Middle management, and at the same time, employees will have to respect each other. True tolerance. I would like to make a few assumptions, and it is not for the future social scientists, it is for the future social scientists to further explore on the assumptions. There is a positive relationship between employer and employee when tolerance level is high. That's an assumption. I would like future scholars to do some empirical analysis or research. But to me, there is a positive relationship between employer and employer when when the level of tolerance is high. High level of tolerance leads to planned dissemination of knowledge, of culture. High growth will be witnessed when there is high level of tolerance. I assume that there will be high level of growth of the enterprise when there is high level of tolerance. Low level of tolerance may lead to breakdown of communication, as I understand. Low level of tolerance may lead to low trust. Tolerance and trust has a close connection. Two concepts, tolerance and trust, have a very close connection. I mean, I think they are first cousins. That's what I think. Low level of tolerance does little help to cause the innovation, creativity, and initiative. There is no creativity, initiative in a low level of tolerance because there is low trust. Just for the topic of discussion, ask whether the level of tolerance has an impact on the growth of the enterprise. It's just a question. You might ask yourself, you may talk to the colleagues. All my colleagues have wisdom, experience, and I believe all my colleagues that I'm talking to have enough skills, have enough wisdom to understand that tolerance matters. So the concept must be used with care. Otherwise, the top management may come to the view that SHRM managers are useless, too idealistic, crazy people, far away from reality, and so on. No, we are not far away from reality. We are not crazy. We are not useless. We deal with concepts, and this is one significant concept, which is tolerance. Culture is about what is culture? Culture is about acceptance to move, acceptance to disagree, acceptance to consensus, unwilling to accept the point of view of others without explanation, unwilling to accept the point of view of others without explanation. This is another type of culture. It may be rare, but it exists. Arrogance type of culture, arrogant type of culture. It has come to I've seen it several times in my life. Culture with these characteristics is not common, but again, very common. But a culture with high level of tolerance must be promoted. This tolerance must come from you, come from me. We must spread the concept of tolerance, not arrogance. Because I believe everyone who comes to the organization comes with wisdom, experience, skill. That's what I believe. How can we move forward to actually bring about a culture which demonstrates high level of trust? Of the many ways, we can also think of adopting the safer approach. Safer. Step back. Safer. S. Set. S. Which means step back. Think about the present culture. Assess the present culture. Find help through people, through consultants. Talk to people about who understand culture, who understand tolerance. Evaluate options and respond. Safer, I repeat, this is a safer approach, which is 5 S's, which means step back, assess what's happening, find help, evaluate options, and respond appropriately. Two, increase the level of tolerance. If need be, seek the help of assistance by some people who understand the level of tolerance. If you find out that the level of tolerance is low within your organization. And now comes the question of evaluating options. This means what next and which route to take, and trying to find out if there is other options available to tackle the situation. Finally, respond to the situation. The safer approach, if practiced, might help the managers to increase tolerance level and focusing on readjustments of the culture within the organization. All starts from thyself. All starts from myself. So far, friends, brothers and sisters, wherever you are, I've come to an end of this episode. And my focus was on tolerance. Just imagine an organization where there is no tolerance, there is no respect for each other. What will happen? We will see chronic conflict, which means there's no end to any conflict, arguments. So just think about the core concepts of tolerance can make a difference. Tolerance can make a difference. Tolerance is not about sacrificing something. It's about accommodation, accommodating others' point of view, trying to understand others' point of view, respecting others' point of view. That's as far as I'm. As far as I understand. That's about tolerance. Have a nice day. Stay happy, stay calm, and enjoy the rest of the day. See you all very, very soon. Take care, brothers and sisters, wherever you are. Goodbye, my friends. Goodbye.